Hey, this is Chris. Welcome to the Daily Brigandy. Today I'm with CC, and we have two great Babe Ruth signed baseballs. Now, one of them, you'll notice right away, is yellow in color, and that's not because it aged that way or was heavily shellacked. This is exactly how the baseball was produced in 1938. Caserta is going to tell you a little bit more about the ball and why it's that color.
So you can never have enough Ruth in your sports collection. Obviously, he's the great Bambino. He's the best to ever do it. So these two baseballs, obviously both are through signatures, but as Chris was saying, the one on the right is yellow. And the reason being it was used for a night game in 1938. In the 1930s, baseball was looking to modernize, put more fans in the seats, especially after the Great Depression. People couldn't be taken off days of work. They needed to go to work every day. So baseball started making night games. That way more fans could attend the games and the teams could make more money. Babe Ruth, of course, retired in 1935, and he was trying to get a managerial job thereafter, but it wasn't working out for him. But he would still do barnstorming tours and make different appearances, and he could still bring fans out, and he could still draw a big crowd. He still drew a big attendance, even though he was retired. So Dodger general manager Larry McPhail figured, I can make Babe Ruth a first base coach, and he'll bring people to Brooklyn and to Ebbets Field. So that's exactly what he did. Ruth was not allowed to give signals. He really didn't do much as the coach other than stand at first base and really just draw fans to Ebbets Field.
Just a figurehead to put fans in the seats.
And, who better to do it than Ruth, of course. Even after he retired, he was still the biggest name in baseball at the time. So on August 2nd, 1938, Major League Baseball used this yellow painted baseball for the first ever time. It was kind of a strange practice, of course. Obviously, no one had ever seen a yellow baseball before. There was a coat of paint on it. And it was used in the first game of a doubleheader. After that first game, all the players were not about this baseball. They did not like using it, especially the pitchers. They had noticed after a few innings of pitching and they start sweating a little bit, the paint would actually run a little bit and the grip on the baseball was getting tough for them. So they couldn't, command the zone as well as they would with a regular baseball. Another thing that I love about this ball, and you and I were talking about it before, Ruth is on the sweet spot, and I've never seen another baseball with a first base coach on the sweet spot.
That's a first.
That's a first,
Probably the only one.
And it's awesome, but like we were saying before, it is Ruth. So
Bambino.
First base coach, bat boy, whatever position Ruth was in, you throw him on the sweet spot. That is his coveted spot. I think it's cool. That was it for the yellow baseball, though. After that game, they may have used it 2 or 3 more times. But again, the negative reaction from the players, especially the pitchers, that was it for the yellow baseball. And I think there was only one other time in Major League history where they used a different color ball.
Yeah, in the 70s, Oakland A's owner Charles Finley was trying out a new baseball, and it was neon orange. He thought maybe the players would see it better, but again, it's another ploy to modernize the game, to get new people watching the game. Change the ball to bright orange. It didn't work. It was immediate failure, just like this was. Players couldn't pick up the stitching in red from the neon orange baseball.
Yeah, so luckily for fans like us who attend games still, fans like you who attend games, infrastructure and technology with electricity and all that is essentially perfected. Almost every game now, Major League, baseball is a night game. You can see the ball, the players, you don't have to paint the ball any crazy color, and baseball continues to thrive. So it was a cool concept in the 30s. Seems a little bit silly now, but at the time, you didn't really have much else to do, so you tried to, innovate and come up with different ways.
Right, and today it's historically important. It's, from the time period, this is history.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's about it.